feel the connection and all the wonderful love and stuff from the fans, and people still very supportive of me. That I still hear a lot of well, you need to get back in Enuff Z'nuff and this and that, and I've that's the way I figure it. It's like, hey, well, you need to go get back with your ex-wife that made your life hell and made you want to die. Why don't you go? Because we thought you made a cute couple. You go back and do that. And there was no need for me. There's no need for me to go back and do that because I wrote the songs and was the voice and did most of the instrumentation and the producing and stuff anyway. And it's just but I've spent a lot of years kind of pigeonholed into a cookie cutter sound that came along with that territory, not to take anything away from the brilliant players and people that have been in Enuff Z'nuff, and like Derek Frigo, he was an amazing guitar player, amazing talented guy, just probably, I definitely was not the right guy for what I wrote and did, and then Vicky Fox was, he was a flat, and he was, it wasn't the right match. Chip and I were a pretty good match for a while, but I kind of, I don't know. Once, he really brought me a long way in a short period of time because I was very young. I was younger than all of the guys. I had, all the other guys have done things that were almost professional and almost, in the professional, they're in the professional zone, you know what I mean? And here I was, just coming out of just, basically right out of the garage.
Yeah. How old were you, Donnie, when you got the first big break with Enuff Z'nuff?
Well, I hooked up with Chip. I think I was somewhere in the ballpark of 18 or so.
Okay. Yeah, young kid, right?
Yeah, like a kid. And, you got to think about what's going on at 18. You've just freshly been kicked out of high school. You've just freshly, been getting into the girls and getting your heart broken and finding the beauty of that hateful women, and alcohol and smoking cigarettes and everything. And it's like, but I had a lot of issues growing up. I really didn't have proper, I didn't have like what anybody else would refer to as parenting, like a mother and a dad and all that stuff. And guy to play ball with you and teaching this and that. So I kind of was on my own, and it wasn't a very happy childhood. I had a lot of different things I won't even go into, but all the things that pretty much fuck a guy's head all up, So, dealing with all of that on my own at such a young age and knowing full well since I was very small, I got bit by the bug. It's like, this sounds and looks really good to me. And I think I have a knack for this is singing thing, and I heard the Beatles and this and that. I'm looking at the rock stars and stuff. And, of course, you look and see all of the not so great things that they do too, but looked so great at the time because nobody knew all that stuff. So I was real good at all that, but it's just this that self-medicating stuff. And I hooked up with Chip and it's like, I really barely could tune a guitar, I could play, I was playing and writing stuff, but really amateur level shit, except for my songwriting was starting to get better. And then he took me a long ways in a short period of time because we went through maybe two lineup changes. And, by the time I don't even think I was 20 yet, we had our record deal with Echo and Atlantic. And so that was like, there was a big point that didn't happen when an artist naturally evolves and finds himself and finds his zone and finds his identity and things. Big part of that was left out because it all happened so quickly between the time of hooking up with Chip, because that's when I first started to understand and learn things on a bigger, on more professional level how I was doing things, not so self-indulgent. I was kind of seeing the magic of, oh yeah, you gotta, this, the formula and the recipes for different things and stuff. And so it started out, and I took to it like a horse, like a horse to water. And before you know it, we had, Frigo and Fox in the band, and we got a record deal and everything. And we're huge in Chicago, and it's a big deal and everything. We're on MTV and stuff. And
Howard Stern, Letterman, all of that, right? But
everything there. Now you got to remember, here's a guy here with all my issues, unresolved issues, with all my, and I'm the kid, so I really didn't have much, I didn't feel like I had much confidence as far as speaking up or saying anything. And so I just, it's kind of just a whirlwind. It just took off. And I just, I don't know, I guess I gravitated towards there's a lot of frustration and a lot of insecurities and things I hadn't dealt with or addressed. And I kind of found artificial character that was able to go and take care of these things for me. And it was all fine and dandy for a while until, it's like I practically had left the building, and this character is taking over, and he's a little monster because, there's these went from insecure to a star, and, this and that. And you got all these guys around you and everything. And it's like, and then plus the band, everybody was so talented and everything happened so fast and so big that our bare minimum of effort and stuff, all of the effort and all the work that I ever put in was before, we got the deal. I mean, after the deal, it's like the bare minimum we got by just great. And we were still, everybody loved us and stuff, except that really incapable of rolling with the punches at a weird time in music. And by being, the things that I did to get myself to be able to do the things that I had to do. I mean, you're talking a lot of stuff to do, I mean, and I didn't even know who the hell I was. You got everybody blowing smoke up your ass, and before you know it, you're a great big jagoff, with a fucking, and talking shit and all this stuff. And I come from a family of great talkers of shit. And so I took to that, and yeah, so everything just spiraled well out of control. And I wouldn't, there's a lot of misconception that, we just threw it away or whatever, just decided to get, priorities were getting fucked up. And that's not at all how it works. That's not how it happens. It's the biggest part of that problem about that is that you stop thinking and stop growing, and you start coasting, and you're incapable of rolling with the punches and making proper decisions and thinking things through, and you're kind of leaving things to other people and trusting other people to take care of this and this and that because you're lazy and you just want to party now, and you're road ragged and all of that stuff, and before you know it, it's all completely, you've lost control of everything, and then some, a series of unfortunate circumstances roll along, and you're done.